There are a couple of options.
Oh.
Jarvan would be interesting. Lucian isn't necessarily the type of champion that you think about. I do think it synergizes well with Annie, because Annie can go for the stun, giving you a guaranteed flag and drag. There's obviously also the Cataclysm, but no.
There it is!
That's what I was hoping for! There is the lead to pair with that Annie and to give the outplay potential. What is HANWHA going to lock in here?
Oh, this is Camille. It has to be Camille.
It's
right?
Camille or Renekton, right?
That's a horse.
Peanut Hecarim.
I mean, Camille is hard to play into Lee Sin.
This is not a Game 5 HANWHA for Fearless. There's a lot more available. Instead of going for the Camille, he looks towards some of his favorites, the Aatrox, and then ultimately the Gnar. The old counterpick to this Cassante. Not a lot of setup for the Nidalee in this draft, though. And in terms of lane pile, you're winning out on the top side with this one for sure. Mid lane, get a little bit back and forth. I think Faker should be able to have the edge if he can continue to apply that pressure. But this is the first pick. Nidalee feels like it kind of ended up in an odd spot at the end of this draft.
And it's one of Zeus's most iconic. It's a champion that he played so much and that he really started to make a name for himself as during his debut. But it's also the champion that he played not 2 days ago against Gen G.
Entered the finish line for Gen G and may represent the finish line for T1 as well as we jump onto the Rift here for game number 3.
미니언 생성까지 30초 남았습니다.
HANWHA fans trying to be as loud as possible, but the T1 fans are obviously drowning them out still here at the Sujic Indoor Gymnasium.
And what we thought could have been a new era of a new dominant LCK team in HANWHA. You know, sure, they didn't win the World Championship, but won their last domestic title. One LCK Cup, one first stand. Things could be really disastrous. Doran aggressive.
Yeah, the hop does come on through as Doran down below 100 health. The hyper proc comes in, but says, oh no! The transformation happens at exactly the wrong time still. Peanut is going to be here as Doran underneath the turret, not hit by the spear. And the wave crashes. They don't know where anyone is on the map, and they do not go any further.
And with the shield, I don't know if it would have been enough, but it definitely would have been extremely close.
We'll see whether it is going to continue like this. So far, so good here for the T1 bottom lane.
We do have Peanut in the area, but remember, he is Nidalee, so with no CC, I don't think he'll be able to offer anything here in defense of this lane. Would have been nice if there was a dive coming for him to be there, but Owner does not carry his clearing.
Well, there's the grand entrance as the door is going to get put up. Viper taking so much damage here as he's still trying to fight back. A dangerous decision, as we can see. As Delight just going to slow down Carrier, and they are just zoning them away from their turret here just in a 2v2.
It's getting straight up gapped in this 2v2, not even remotely close.
They might need to overload if they're going to get something done. As there is the Justice Punch to come in. Faker going to get taunted up as the Spear will connect as well. Tibbers goes down, but here the Cavalry has arrived. Sonic Wave goes wide. Zeka just a slight sidestep there. The listing lazily to the left once again, working out beautifully here on the LCK stage. But T1 still happy to play defense in this moment.
Might be what they need, though. I like this continued trading from Owner because with the burst that Annie has, it's hard to get the trade back on her, even though her health is low. And this means that Faker still gets to stay in lane even though his health bar is so low, and they get prio on the Dragon, whereas Delight just decides to peace out. Does it to TP, but I think with the slow TP, I don't know if they can contest. Peanut's on the other end of the map, so they're clearly deciding to let this go, and that's another Dragon going to T1.
See, Delight uses this TP to come down here with Viper, but they can't do anything to this Dragon, and like you said, it's just insane how much control over Dragon T1 has had this entire 3 sets of games.
So he's still at the highs, but them just gapping like this, I think, is unexpected.
That's the worst.
That is not what they were looking for here, as HLE still with an opportunity to fight for this one, as we've got top laners battling before this all starts. Gumishi and Ona in position on these grubs as Carrier able to grand exit from this one. Zayas moving back towards his teammates, but he's going to have to crash his way out of this, and it looks like that is what's going to happen. And there is the objective, just going over to T1 for free. Yet another one, tick it off.
The timing on this, where they are able to get the second grub without using Smite, and then just be able to secure the third one for free. Faker on that flank angle, they knew he was in the brush. They just could not collapse because he's got Flash Tibbers.
That's level 4. He just now ticked over, but he's basically a full level behind. Same for Viper.
Carrier about to hit that quickness as well. Just needs, there it is.
I mean, they're just going to zone him off another wave. Like, otherwise, I mean, good luck defending this dive.
Well, there is that quickness that goes in, gets the charm onto Delight, who's kicked away. But here's the heroic entrance. Gumayusi with the Feather Storm, though, and he holds Zeker in place. The Winds of War come down, and the Sonic Wave is going to miss. That would have been a dead Zeker there, a dead Gargoyle underneath the turret, and it might still be. As Carrier not quite with the amount of damage, but the feathers get recalled, and here comes Faker. He finds the angle. There's another Pyroblast. It could be a triple for the Annie as Tibbers looks to clean up, and it's in fact the Blind Monk that gets it in the end. 4 for nothing here for T1 in this early game, and Zeus is also taking damage from Doran.
That's got to be a backbreaker. Like, there is just
There's no
way.
There's no way. Because right before this, I was going to say, I mean, at least you got a gold lead for the counter matchup. You gave Zeus. At least you got this Gnar. And if Peanut can stabilize in this game, you can have some poke. You can play around objectives. But, I mean, this is just a bottom 2v2 setup where, again, Guma pushes it in and they have so much agency. Zeus looking for something back here in the bottom lane.
He has to.
Yeah, let's see
Has
whether
to
he can
try.
find it.
TP though.
Teleport is going to come in. Doran goes all out and doesn't get CC'd from the Gnar. Zeus looking to try and get himself out of here as there is the Wallop. It's Carrier that comes in, and there's the Q charged up. Doran wanting a little bit more. The flash does come through as Zeus gets the transformation. The turret's getting aggressive. Zeus still trying to get out of here, but it does not work. And Doran picks up the kill. Once again, T1 are schooling HANWHA Life Esports all over the map.
And it feels like at this point the sweep is imminent.
Spellbook Rakan is going to be how Carrier helps Doran hard force this kill on Zeus. And at this point, it almost feels personal as Doran is making this road to MSI all about him.
Well, T1 are going to continue making it about them as they look for this engage onto Peanut. He tries to get himself out of there, but Delight is in such an awkward position. Zeus is coming on over. The door has been set up as Viper in a decent spot. The culling this time is going to actually hit some T1 players, but the block from Faker is so good. And Zeus will just get wiped out. Oh man, is this T1? Is this the Harlem Globetrotters? They are just dominating.
This is disgusting! I mean, it's the most one-sided game we've seen in a while, probably arguably across the whole tournament. We had some crazy KET 3-0s, but this is something else entirely. Doran gets the whole turret, the first turret, and feeds a string. And I don't know if this could be any more one-sided. And I want to see the HANWHA fans. How are they feeling right now?
I don't want to. Let's not do that.
I'd rather not. I'd rather not know. I think it's okay.
And he's got a 2,000 gold lead. The wallet advantage also going to be helpful.
All you got to do is just ult that there and you're fine. As even this is desperation.
Yeah. I mean, this is Zeker being able to push Faker away. He's, of course, got the Molten Shield and now has a bear. Going to make this one a little bit unfair towards the bottom side of the map as the Winds of War come down. But I don't know whether Zeker can even win this.
Oh
he
my God.
discovers that as well as he flashes
Terminates
away.
it! It's too much!
Where's the mercy rule?
Yeah, oh God.
And I wanted a good series today. And for me, that meant T1
Doran, which I feel like we need to give him the credit. He is the defending champion, and it was on this team that he's facing right now.
Yep. And the defending world champion that's on the other side isn't quite getting it done as Carrier goes in. Owner there as well, finds the kick to get the double knock up. As they're now just looking to take down Peanut. They'll take that one very comfortably. Delight next on the menu, delicious. Here's the knock up comes through. My God, the damage as Zeker will be eviscerated.
Nice.
And Viper standing alongside Zeus underneath this turret. And Doran says, you are coming with me. The Krug Lord sends his regards as Viper will look for a Mega Cone for a disengage.
Am I crazy? Or is it actually perfect gameable? All grubs, all herald, all turrets.
God, you are right.
For HANWHA. They could perfect game HANWHA and knock them out of MSI.
Oh, that is absurd. Okay, Zeus is just going to get taken down under this turret unceremoniously. And like you were talking about, the perfect game still on the line. 12-0 is the kill score. They're going to take an inner turret here at 18 minutes. Oh man, now we're just talking about HLE. Can they get a kill ever in this game? That's going to be the question, is maybe off the back of this one, but never mind. He's got the smooth moves to taxi alongside the Gromp, the Blade Caller there as well to hold him in place.
Well, they got to defend this dragon if they want to keep that alive as well.
Oh,
Guma.
yeah. Zeker going in. Guma is going forward into 3 people. The feathers are just doing so much damage. As all right. Carrier going to join him. There is the knock-up attempt onto Zeka, who doesn't get the taunt. Onto Gumayushi, he's got the shield, the flash, but the Feather Storm is there in answer, and Zeus cannot do anything as he gets that backline. It's the Pyroblast from Faker that locks him down, and they might be able to get one. Carrier is going to fall. There goes the perfect game, but it doesn't mean anything because they are stamping their ticket to MSI in this play right here.
Speechless is how I'm feeling right now. T1, a Super Saiyan performance, completely unlocked.
And I have been the unfortunate recipient of many a DK fell for it again award, but we collectively fell for it again when it comes to T1. Of course they're going to be our MSI representative.
How can you even say composed on the stage here as HANWHA, considering all the circumstances around this almost qualification for them? As bye-bye.
Is just going to run towards Faker. The all-out from Doran just says, nope, no Mega Cone for you, sir. As in goes Carrier, finds them all in that back line. As the Galio comes down, but he just gets booted out of the rift entirely. Zeus now just trying his very best to hop his way out. Don't mind me, everyone.
The minion
as
died!
the Sonic Wave goes wide. But I still think he's just being escorted to the death chamber, ladies and gentlemen. Doran tanking up this turret momentarily. The grand entrance holds him in place. And now the base is going to get broken. Gumayushi going to test his mettle against the Otacon. And yeah, T1 are able to do whatever they want, whenever they want, until they decide that it's time to pick up that ticket.
He doesn't win this.
I don't think he does.
I mean, I'm pretty invested in this one right now. As he might be out, I don't know what he can cleanse. Yeah, he's look at the plays, look at the moves, Gumayushi! That was soloing an Otacon, everyone. That's what that was. It was, he did manage to get that one done. Didn't necessarily need to, but he did.
Everyone's had a role
and he
to
did.
play. And if he didn't, would it really matter?
No, not really. But it's getting some revenge for his teammates. As Doran, remember, he lost that same battle on the bottom side of the map against a different camp, but still.
A clearly stronger one.
It's some revenge. As Delight, oh god, the Braum just taking so much damage here as Doran throws Zeka into the wall. He's not quite as tanky as he really wants to be right now. Still cannot tank 4 members of HLE, but it does not matter. He's just zoning.
We thought
the turret goes down.
We thought the era of Genji T1 might have been over. We finally had a new champion. We finally had a new challenger in summer, but T1 still won the world championship and weren't able to make it.
And all right, HLE are at least on the map for the moment.
Are they?
They are absolutely reeling. In goes Zeka, looking to try and get one against Faker here as Carrier says absolutely not. He finds a whole lot of charms here in this mid lane. The heroic entrance is going to get a knock up onto the Rakan. Yeah, they'll be able to kill him again, but do they have any chance in the rest of this fight? And the answer is maybe they can get Faker, but otherwise it is all T1 as Gumayushi will be able to take down his former teammate. Peanut trying to get himself out of here as Ona going to join him as they blast cone their way out. Another Sonic Wave is going to go wide as the Blade Caller coming on through. Peanut trying to do what he can, but Ona just needs one more auto, one more something as the cat will survive.
He gets out, but I don't know if he feels happy right now about it, Atlas. And
yeah, we can cue the yakety sax, I think, a little bit here.
I'm pretty confident he doesn't. I'm willing to take that bat. Zeka, they know, right? Like they probably knew after the topside play. The emotes are flying, but HANWHA life.
Yeah, the sad bee.
Oh no, not the sad bee.
As the teleport is going to look to put the end to this funny business. As Delight came in, so that's going to try and help out here as he does have a taunt. He manages to buff the Justice Punch quite nicely here, but he's still on a sliver of health. Zeus, decent Naba position right now, but there is the insect from Ona. He's going to be able to take down Vipers. Now Peanut once again finding himself in a precarious spot, but not as precarious as what Zeus is dealing with right here. It's a cute little Gnar, and he might be able to keep himself alive for a little bit longer, but T1 are still just messing with them. As finally the Sonic Wave is going to connect, and Ona collects another kill. Delight puts up the door. He's got a flash, but he doesn't have a chance to use it, and now T1, with so many members of HLE out of this game right now, they're going to look to take down an inhibitor. and get this first Nexus turret taken down as well.
26-3, 8 turrets to 0, no objectives for HANWHA in this final game.
And I had a line prepared about denying golden roads and things like that. I just don't think it's relevant. T1 were just so damn good today. It didn't even look like HANWHA Life Esports turned up. They'll take down the Nexus, and T1 will stamp a deserved spot at MSI.
On one side,